Rising up, took my chances, went the distance, will to survive. So many times you trade your passion for glory. Don't lose your grip, keep them alive. And he's watching us all with the eye.
Face to face, out in the heat, hanging tough, staying hungry. They stack the odds, still we take to the street, overkill with the skill to survive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival. And the last, no survivors, watch his prey in the night, and he's watching us all with the eye of the tiger.
And he's watching us all with the eye.
Where are my feathers at? Oh, hey. Here we go, people. Here we go. I don't normally drink.
No, you don't normally drink.
I'm trying to cut down. Is this thing on?
That's because you got that stupid hat on.
Ah, this hat is fucking amazing.
Where do I get one of those?
Where we just were, brother.
My man.
All right, I got it. I
Got
can
it?
hear it. Yeah, we're good.
All right.
We'll solve some crimes.
Welcome, everybody, to the Orange Men Podcast. Dave and Clint here with you Saturday night for another episode of Truth, Justice, and the American Way. We're going to give you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, as we see it, as we say it, whether you like it or not. And in addition to those comments, we are
Penn State.
no.
I know.
We are the true threat to democracy. Because democracy cannot stand in a representative republic, which is the United States of America. I'm proud to be an American. It's okay to be an American.
You're speaking too much truth, Dave.
Yeah, I know. And we're here for you.
You need to stop it.
We're here for you.
It's just not working for me.
I told you.
Can't hear.
Oh, he does have some hair.
This guy does have a fucking. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Yeah, baby.
It looks terrible. I gotta put that hat back.
Where's your hat?
It's over there somewhere.
There
we
is.
go. Hey,
what kind of hat is that?
It's a feathery Oktoberfest hat.
What? It's feathery, all right.
Yeah, man.
It might be a little. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
All right. I got some videos we're going to pop up real quick. I got a lot of them. I got probably a dozen.
Yeah, we got a bunch of shoes of them.
Bunch of shoe.
A bunch of
We got a really big shoe. We're gonna do some clips. We're gonna comment, and we're gonna have some fun. That's really what it's all about.
That's what we do, man. That's what we do. You listen,
having fun. Drinking some beers, coming together,
holding
hands.
How you
Kumbaya.
feel about the news is one thing, but you know what? Let's comment. Let's watch some news. Let's watch some clips and see what they say, and we throw our spin on it. And whether you agree or not, we do it in our own little way.
Okay.
With our perspective.
All right, so
let's go.
Let's click this.
This
is the acting labor secretary.
It's fucking amateur hour. That's what that is.
What are you talking about?
So earnings are up a bit. We definitely especially see that among lower wage workers, which is part of this idea that, the president has said, we're going to build an economy that leaves no one behind. That starts by looking at who's been left behind in the past. And to the extent that those lower wage workers are seeing average gains that are growing and also that are higher than inflation, means that workers have more money in their pockets.
Yeah, well, when is that going to happen? Maybe workers do have more money in their pockets, but it's just going out the fucking door on gas,
right?
And tolls,
right?
And the supermarket, and their
Not
electric
the supermarket.
bill. What?
Not the supermarket.
What you talking about? Of course it is. It's where their higher wages are going. Wages are not keeping up with inflation.
Right.
They're behind inflation. So what's this woman talking about? And
What'd you do? You lost it?
No, I got some more. Here you go. Here she is again.
I know. She's a clown.
Why is the government offering rich people credits to buy expensive cars?
So a couple of things.
Why is she laughing?
There is widespread support in the country
Why wouldn't
for
you laugh when you're fucking
tax
full
credits
of
that will
shit?
help to bring manufacturing jobs to the United States. That's part of what we're trying to do. The other is that we do have a climate crisis, right? We saw record heat across the entire country.
Without a doubt. Can I just jump in? Without a doubt.
Wait a minute. Just because the temperatures get hot, we have a climate crisis?
Right, yeah.
It's never been hot before?
No.
Ah, okay.
I totally agree with you, but I just think we're conflating solving a climate crisis with driving really heavy SUVs that run on electricity. Are those two things part of the same story? Because I don't get it. If I'm driving an electrified F-150, am I really saving the planet?
Nope.
Right. Well, so we could probably have a conversation now about personal choices relating to cars. I do think as a policy matter, the more that we can invest in industries, in manufacturing, including in transportation, that transitions us to a place where we're not continue to pollute the planet, right? We have a method by which we can both bring down emissions and also create good jobs.
Well, let me just tell you something. There's no evidence that emissions cause any issues with the planet.
Right.
That's been debunked 1 billion times already.
1 billion?
1 billion.
1 billion.
So we're going to drive. So the policy is to make electric cars and build them here? No. All these fine minerals come from other countries.
Africa.
China, Afghanistan.
Right.
And now who's in Afghanistan?
China.
That we're not. China's in there getting all the resources. And then they're going to sell them to us.
So I just saw I love. Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, you
No,
go.
you go.
You go.
Why don't we all just drive Yugos? Remember that? Remember those days?
That was with Gung Ho with Michael Keaton, right?
Gung Ho.
So I saw the commercial with the Hyundai, or it's like a Honda or a Hyundai commercial where they're like net zero, and it's like, listen, no matter how much you try to make your car net zero, your car's not net zero because it costs fucking. You've expended so much energy to build the fucking battery, make the metal frame, make your fiberglass fucking car. That in itself overrides your fact that you have net zero emissions on your fucking vehicle.
Well, this isn't about climate change. It's about the power and control. It's about where the money goes. It's all that matters to them.
Right.
It's who's in power, who has control, and where the money goes.
It's a bunch of assholes.
They don't give a fuck about us. They don't give a fuck about democracy. They don't give a fuck about the average guy who gets up every morning at fucking 3 o'clock in the morning and drives 2 hours to fucking work to put food on the table. It's bullshit.
Well, when I said,
and you know what? Those guys don't care.
No, they don't.
Because they're real men and they go to work every day and support their families.
Right.
They're going to do whatever it takes.
You're right.
But we're creating this generation of pussies who can't fucking do anything for themselves.
Right.
I don't want to work 5 days a week.
The work
8 hours a day is too long. What about that pussy at fucking Starbucks? They made him work 6 hours and he's fucking crying like a bitch. Go paint your fucking fingernails, you fucking pussy.
The workforce in general, and
I said too many F words. YouTube's gonna kick me off.
You're fine. It's.
How about that? Do you boot that off too?
Lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Play a clip.
Play a clip. I like this one. This is a good one.
All right. Coming at you. We're coming at you hot. Dave's fired up. He's got a lot to say in a short time to say it.
In the swamps of Washington, D.C., we witness a most peculiar event. A group of tax dollar parasites gathers to discuss funding the lives of the very taxpayer that they rely upon for their existence.
Correct.
Somehow, these parasites cannot agree to give the American people any of the tax money that has been confiscated from them against their will. Yet they have been sending $223 million to a corrupt foreign regime every day for over a year. This group of parasites has become filthy rich from corruption, insider trading, influence peddling, and theft. The alpha parasite, known as a jackass, and his offspring, the dumbass, have been some of the most successful tax dollar parasites in history, sending historic amounts of cash to a corrupt foreign regime and receiving kickbacks as 10% for the big guy. As if sending all your cash to Borat was not enough, the alpha parasite and his minions have opened the southern borders. In an attempt to garner enough votes to remain in power, the parasites have opened the southern border, allowing millions of unvetted immigrants to suckle at the teat of our welfare system, bringing our social services to the brink of collapse while gaining new voters. As this elderly jackass nears the end of its life cycle, a truth evident by his garbled speech and lack of bowel control, the elder jackass will attempt to transfer his power and influence to this younger, more intellectually deficit jackass. However, the younger jackass's lack of intellect and mule-like face has left it so unelectable that power can only be transferred through the death of the elder jackass. If you love America, please spay or neuter your political jackasses or vote them out of office.
Right.
I mean, that says it all right there. That's all of it in a nutshell.
Right.
What are we doing? And who are these fucking people that they think they can just take our money and decide where it should go? They're fucking full of themselves.
Well, that's where
they're
you come
idiot, but they're morons. They're not even smart people.
No, but that's where when you're talking about our representative government, they don't speak for us anymore. They've taken their ideologies or their backhanded deals, and they've gone, all right, well, we need to send this money here or we need to send this money there because that's how it's coming back into our pockets.
Right. Yeah, that's
we're not.
That's democracy right there.
We're definitely at the point where we are with representation without,
taxation without representation.
Yeah,
that too.
We're definitely there because we have no say, and that's my biggest point. Like, I don't want to fund Ukraine war. I know there's a lot of people that don't want to fund it. So, like, the fact that we want to keep doing it makes me go, yeah, well, a lot of people don't want to do this. A lot of people don't want to fund this. A lot of people aren't on board with that. It's not just us crazy ass extremists. It's regular people that are like, yeah, I can barely make it now.
But what happened to these libtards? To where they were so anti-war and they didn't want people to die. And now
well, they're guys in power. So
now we're paying for people to die now.
Right.
Why aren't we're not doing anything to end this war?
The shitty part is that
nothing. Where's the diplomacy?
There's not.
Where's the conversation?
There's not.
Where are our officials going to these countries and figuring out a way?
What country are you talking
end
about?
this?
What countries are you talking about?
Talking about Russia and Ukraine.
There's not.
Why aren't we going over there and saying, hey, what's the solution? What do you want? What do you want? Let's sit down at the negotiating table and let's end the fucking killing.
There isn't one.
That's what needs to happen. But no, we're going to send them billions of dollars so that the war machine can continue to profit.
Right.
So that Joe Biden can continue to line his pockets and send all that money to the shell companies that his family has created.
Right. So
what are we doing?
I don't know if you know.
Where's the liberal media? Where are they? Why aren't they shouting from the rooftops?
Well, no, they don't care. They just care and they just preach that Putin's bad. Here's
maybe I don't know.
Here's the thing.
But
here's the thing that most people don't know about.
Okay.
Let me cut you out.
Go ahead.
Is that when we had when the Wagner group was attacking Russia? You remember when that happened in like what was that, late June, early July? Remember when they were like, oh, there's a coup on Russia, and everybody fucking jumped at it, and the Prigozhin guy, whatever, it doesn't even matter. But what happened was, here's the funny, not even that it's funny, it's crazy. But here's what happened was Ukrainian forces followed those forces into Russia or towards Russia. They took, when the Russian drawback happened on those front lines, the Ukrainian forces went step for step. And you know what happened then?
What happened?
Russia fucking attacked because they exposed themselves to those forces. So Russian forces attacked the Ukrainian forces there. Do you know how many people just in that fucking 4 or 5 day span? Do you know how many people Ukraine lost? 48,000 troops. 48,000 in that 5 day span. That 5 day span of them going, well, we're going to follow them because they've drawn out. That's all it was. It was a draw out. They drew out. It was a fucking play by Russia to go, hey, listen, let's play a coup. Let's play a game. You come and attack me. You're going to overthrow me. The Wagner group's going to overthrow Putin. The Wagner group that's paid by Putin is going to overthrow Putin. That's the play. And they fell for it because the Ukrainian forces were like, yeah, we're going to follow behind them. We're going to have a counteroffensive when they try to come back into Ukraine.
So he drew them in. It was a ploy.
He drew them in. 48,000 troops of Ukrainian soldiers gone. Right
Fathers,
then and there.
Sons and husbands.
And what we talked about before, a lot of Ukrainian troops right now aren't even military. It's fucking here's your rifle, get to the front. Citizens of Ukraine. They're not even trained. They're not even trained. And the sad part is that nobody's telling you that. Nobody has told you that.
You just did.
Yeah, but I'm a nobody. But there are other people. Yeah, but there are other people that are telling you, like, dude, the people that are on the front lines of Ukraine right now aren't even military people. It's just fucking people that they've said, oh, you love Ukraine or you're a citizen. It's almost like what's going on in Israel right now. Like, oh, you're an Israeli fighter? Here, get to the front. Here's your weapon, go. And what's happening
more organized than that.
Correct. But what's happening with the Ukraine people is they don't want to be there. It's just some fucking Joe Schmo dad. Like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing.
Right.
Going against these Wagner forces, which is a paramilitary corporation fighting force. They're not, and we talked about this too. Like, you're not even fighting the Russian military. You're fighting like a fucking if like Blackwater was still around, you're fighting that.
Listen,
You're not even fighting them, the Russians. You're fighting a military-backed organization.
If Russia wanted Ukraine, they'd have it.
Correct.
Period.
They don't want Ukraine. They want the sections of people that want to be Russian, that were Russian, like Crimea. They want those people that have said, listen, dude, it's the same thing like we see what's going on right now in Israel and Gaza and Palestine. It's the same fucking situation in Russia. You have this strip of fucking land that's Russia, Ukraine. The Ukrainians hate those people because they want to be Russian and they speak Russian. The Russians hate the people on the other side of those people because they're Ukrainians and they fucking just want to be non-Russians.
We need a uniter.
You have a fucking...
I thought Joe Biden was that guy.
He's a fucking...
He was the great uniter. He was going to unite everybody.
He's an asshole.
We got nothing but war.
He's a petulant face mask that wants to be...
Petulant face mask.
Yeah.
He's a petulant face mask.
He's a Halloween fucking prop right now. And he's a fucking terrible leader. He's a terrible president. He is not leading this country.
Amen to that.
And if you think that he is... You're sadly
stupid.
mistaken. I don't want to even say you're stupid.
And
You're sadly mistaken.
You're stupid.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Something Donald Trump said on this topic this week. In an interview, the former president borrowed from white nationalists when he said this to National Pulse, a right-wing news outlet.
Right.
Nobody has ever seen anything.
Can I
like
stop you
we're
right here real
witnessing
quick?
Right now, it is a very sad thing.
Can I stop you? Hold on.
Go ahead.
The National Post, this guy right here, Rasim Kassam, or whatever his name is.
Yes.
He's fucking British, number one. He started the National Post. He's on fucking Steve Bannon's show all the time. He's been on our fellow degenerate fucking podcasters, Steak for Breakfast. This guy right here, not the guy Trump, but Rasim Kassam. He's been on our boys' Steak for Breakfast podcast multiple times. He's not a right-wing extremist. He's a fucking American dude that fucking has a British accent that believes in the country.
Okay.
But they have to tell you, these right-wing extremist organizations. But go ahead.
Country.
Do it.
It's poisoning the blood of our country.
Right.
It's so bad, and people are coming in with disease. People are coming in with every possible thing that you can have.
Here's what we heard from the Anti-Defamation League, which released a scathing statement.
Oh, the
saying, in
ADL.
part,
Everybody loves the
insinuating
ADL.
that immigrants are, quote, poisoning the blood of our country, echoes nativist talking points, and has the potential to cause real danger and violence. We're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining Inside.
Let me just say something.
Go ahead.
When he said poisoning the blood of our country, he didn't mean that people were coming here and assimilating and breeding with other people in the country that poisons the blood. That's
Is that like when he said the coyotes and everybody was like, there's no coyotes dragging people over the border?
That's not what he meant.
Right.
What he said was they're ill, they're bringing diseases across, and no one's vetting them.
No.
That's what he meant by poisoning the blood.
So
it's not that he's a racist.
So all the thousands of children that are trying to go to school in New York right now, they weren't vaccinated.
Right.
That are illegal aliens.
Right.
And they're telling the kids that are American citizens that you can't come to school because we have to let these illegal aliens or illegal migrants come to school that are unvaccinated, and they deserve proper intellectual training over our American citizens? Is that what you're saying? Something along those lines?
Yes. He's not there. He didn't mean they're literally poisoning the blood of the country.
You know what cracks me up? I was
breeding with us.
Right.
It's just insane. It's not what he said.
if you're a follower of Tommy Robinson from England, he was a big proponent of this stuff early on in probably 2012, 2010. And he was like, because they were, when you're letting these Africans and stuff in, and he was like, yo, dude, listen, they're a problem. They're a problem. And that was, we're going on 13 years ago now. And they put him in jail because of the hate speech that he was saying, or that they claimed he was saying.
It's
and
not hate speech.
He's been set free since, but everything he was talking about that was going on in Britain then is 10 times worse now, because not enough people spoke up when he was, and not enough people had his back when he was speaking about they're trying to get rid of your culture. And they took it as, well, you're racist. And he was saying, I'm not racist. I'm an Englishman, and this is our culture. And you're letting and allowing these people to just come in and go unchecked.
Listen.
And it's kind of like what you were saying, like, listen, you want to come here? That's fine.
We are a nation of immigrants.
Yes.
All of us.
Yes.
We all came from somewhere.
Yes.
The point being, we created this great country, and we want to keep it great. So we want to close the border, allow people to come in who are going to make America great. We don't want you, all these, like we were talking about earlier, all these South American countries are emptying out their prisons.
Right. We forget about
emptying out
that.
their sane asylums.
Right.
They're sending the dreck over here.
They're like, yo, here, go to America. Here's your $500 to get you there.
Right. We don't want you here.
Right.
We want you out. So they're emptying out the prisons, putting them on buses.
That's what Cavalcante was in Pennsylvania.
Right. And they're bringing them here.
From
we
Brazil.
don't want those people.
Right.
That's not racist.
They're saving money in their prisons by sending their degenerate and fucking toxic prisoners.
That's what he means by poisoning the blood.
Right.
Of Americans.
Right.
We don't want those people. And it's not because they're any particular race. It's because they're of a particular character that we don't want.
Right.
We don't want criminals and felons and drug addicts and drug dealers and rapists and murderers and child molesters. These people need to be vetted out and deported. We want the good people.
And there's not enough people at the border to do those jobs.
No.
It's not.
No.
You're overwhelmed.
And they're twisting this thing. First of all, how many people are on the planet? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. We
7 billion.
We played the video.
All right, there's 7. I'm not even sure, but there's 7 billion people in the planet.
But we played the
They
video.
all can't live in the United States of America. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They all can't live here.
I'm sure they can.
No, they
There's
can't.
plenty of room.
Oh, they
we
can't.
We just can't afford it.
You have to make your country better, like we did.
Right.
We fought. We died.
We still fight.
And we're
we
still
fight.
fighting.
We still fight
to make our country what it is today.
Right.
Freedom isn't free. Freedom comes with responsibility. Right. And a lot of that responsibility is death and blood. And we have people every single day sacrificing their lives to keep this country great. And these liberal scumbags don't want any of that.
Right.
They want this country to be shit. They want 2 classes.
Well, until
the elite and everybody else.
Until they're fucking.
And everybody we're talking to is everybody else.
But it happened a couple of times in this past couple of weeks where a couple of the liberals, like, they got carjacked, they got robbed, the one got assaulted. The one...
Yeah, but why do I hear about that on the news?
The one in Philadelphia, I think it was in Philly, where the one got fucking, like,
I don't care.
Killed. And they were like, well, they would want that person to be a better life because they felt oppressed.
Bullshit.
Right.
Bullshit. Listen, everyone is oppressed.
Right.
Everyone
especially
is
nowadays.
When you come to America, you're oppressed. Do you know what you're oppressed by? Responsibility.
Right.
That's your oppression. Your oppression is, hey, I got to get up every day and make something of my life. The problem is that's not oppression, but that's what they're calling oppression.
Right. Okay.
It's not easy to be an American.
No.
It's hard. Freedom is difficult. You don't come here and just suckle off the tit of our welfare system.
Some do.
You have to produce. That is not oppression, but that's what they want people to believe, that come in here and working hard every day. The original immigrants that first came over to this country dealt with shit that you guys couldn't even fucking deal with. You'd cry like bitches.
Well, a lot of them, when they came over too, especially like during the Civil War, guess what? You got off the boat, you were right into the army, right sent to the fucking front lines.
That's right, man. This
Here it's like, I crossed the border of the Rio Grande. Here's my ankle bracelet. I'm on my way.
Freedom isn't free.
Yeah, I'm out.
It's something that we all have to work for
See
every
in-
single day.
See you in 6 years, and maybe I'll come back to court.
When you sit back on your laurels, you end up with nothing.
Nothing.
Work hard, play hard. Enjoy the freedoms and the prosperity of this country. We want everybody to experience it, but not everybody can.
All right.
I'm sorry, but sometimes you got to step up and take care of your own business in your own country. You can't flee. And that's what we created.
Well, that's the
if
hard part.
If you don't like it, cry. And that's what I got a whole problem with this DEI stuff, this diversity, equity, inclusion.
Yeah.
If it's so hard, cry, and someone will take care of you.
Well, that's
bullshit.
One of the things
it's bullshit.
I get.
Wake up, America.
Like,
wake up.
If your country's under fire like that, are you leaving it? No, I'm gonna stand there and fight for it.
I'm not going anywhere. Where are we going?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you have all these people that are leaving there saying, I can't live there anymore. You need to fucking fight for your country, bro. Nah, I'm not doing that. All right. But you're going to come here and you're going to
cry.
I know Illinois with Pritzker, you know what he did? He said that illegal people can fucking become police officers now without going through the citizenship. So how do you have an illegal person in this country illegally become a police officer, a law enforcement officer, to go, hey, Mr. America, where's your ID?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, right. What are you talking about?
All I can tell
Captain
you.
Captain fucking Espanol.
Keep it up. Keep voting for these scumbags, and
right.
You'll see what you get.
Listen,
if you like what you got now, keep voting for it, because it's all going to be gone.
Smash the links. We're on all the podcast areas. YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, Amazon. All you got to say on Amazon is Amazon. Play the Orange Man podcast. We love you.
All right.
Hit the links.
Catch you on the next episode. Orange Men are out.
So long, gay boys.